Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We have another train derailment that just happened, and I want to talk about that right now. We're going to share the screen, jump right into it. And something that most people, and I talked about this last week, I got a great outpouring of support and people that have done what I've said as far as what you can do to prepare right now, because these are happening pretty darn frequently. Power poles taken out by a derailed train. Now, this is on the we're going to go over what's going on currently in Ohio and read through some of these headlines, which are just horrible. But another train derailed, right? We've seen many of these happen in the last couple of weeks. Now, two of the things that you could do: water and power. How many people are ready? And please put in the comment section if you're not. Do you have a water filtration system? Do you have an emergency generator, a way of, the things that you need? I mean, like if there's no electricity, most time you don't got any water because most people don't even store water. And rather than being one of those people that have like, and I'm not saying one of those people, but somebody has like, a bunker with thousands of gallons of water stored in blue plastic bins that are leaching, chemicals from the plastic in, just buy a water filter and have a way of storing some water to where you could filter it or, being able to get it somehow. I shared with you, and I'll put the link below too. The company that I use to I have an emergency water setup where it's a gravity feed water setup that can filter 3 gallons at a time, and it filters pretty darn quick overnight. And then you have fresh drinking water. It's so vitally important, but also think about all the toxins that you can pull out of it. Like what just happened in my hometown, my area in California. All of California was hit by massive flooding. People were dying literally just a handful of weeks ago, and literally rivers were overflowing septic ponds, and like water sanitation treatment centers were flowing into the river and like just contaminating waterways. And you think about it, you're like, well, I don't need this for emergency use. I need to just start thinking about what am I putting in my body right now with water. And so I'll put the link below to the company I use, but think about electricity, think about food. We've been talking about inflation. How many times do we have to pound this through to people? It's like, you want to save money right now? Buy a little bit extra food, some canned goods, and store them away and watch what happens, how those appreciate. You'll probably see greater percentage of appreciation in your canned corn or canned beans than literally what you're going to find in the stock market this year. It's absolutely crazy. Check check this out. Ohio train derailment fact check. What's true and what's false? Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I can't stand the whole fact check thing anyway, because it's from USA Today. But I'm gonna tell you what is a fact. A fact is that chemicals were spilled all over the ground and they soaked into the groundwater. They're going to be in the groundwater system. That's it. And the government's saying, you might want to, drink bottled water. Well, what happens when there's not enough bottled water? Like what we saw in Turkey, massive earthquake, and so many people, thousands, tens of thousands of people perish. How long is it going to take and how much water are they going to need to sustain life? Think about that. You know, how many times does a train have to derail in your area, or an earthquake happen, or a hurricane happen? And you go, well, how much can the government do to help? And how long will it take for them to get help here? Should we be taking care of ourselves? Um, right here, trial Ohio train derailment live. Toxic spill health concerns prompt state to open East Palestine clinic. It says right here that just an hour ago out of the BBC, health clinic to open in Ohio for residents hit by toxic train derailment. And they're going to need to be monitored. How many people are going to be affected by this long term? A ton. And that is just a fact. But the facts are, if we're more prepared for this kind of stuff, this can hit us anywhere. And what you've seen with the supply chain issues, it could be literally, you go, oh yeah, I'll put that off, but then all of a sudden you want to go buy some extra filters for the filter you have, or you go, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go buy a water filter, I'm gonna go buy some food. Or like what you saw with toilet paper with COVID. I mean, you're just lines down the side of the store, and then you're being told you can only buy one because there's either profiteering going on, or there's a shortage, so you can only have one. Why not do that stuff now while things are good, while people have jobs? Go and prepare now. The stronger we are as a nation of prepared people, the stronger we'll be during any catastrophe. And I'm going to be honest with you, these things happen. Like you're going to see all this overhaul. I saw a photo of a bridge today. These government overhauls, these committees they're just going to blow more money to tell you what we could do better, right? But the facts are, I saw a photo of a train bridge today where the girder was literally, this concrete was falling and the train bridge was rusting out, and like bolts that were going from the train bridge into the concrete pylon over a river were literally out. Like the concrete had broken away. You could see the bolts, right? Yeah. But we're like sending money right now to Ukraine to like help their pension system. Think about this. This makes me absolutely disgusted, but hey, this is what's really happening. So, do we think that we can rely on our government to take care of us when something goes bad after they've been just utterly blowing our tax dollars? Or should we be getting prepared now so we can take care of ourselves, our friends, our family, our community? Because things like this that you're seeing right here on this screen, massive warehouse fires, massive um, uh, container fires on the highway, on the railways, explosions, derailments, things like that. Look at the braking systems from these that were overheating, causing things that are out of our control, even though the government's saying we can control it more, which is going to cost to explode on everything we do in our lives. Think about how important this is and where we need to be prepared so that we're not scared when all of our friends and family are freaking out. We want to be a ray of hope, sunshine, light during this darkness, because these things, they're not going to quit. As a matter of fact, I have a weird feeling that in the next few months, you're going to see a ramp up of more of these because honestly, think about this, the more of this stuff that happens, the easier it is to push through legislation that's going to cost us in so many different ways. Guys, get ready, be prepared. Don't be scared. Make sure you have food on the side. You don't have to be a crazy prepper, living out in the woods and in your bunker, but you need some extra food. The just-in-time delivery system one day will fail. That's guaranteed. This isn't doom or gloom. It's not like literally, please, if there's anyone from another country that understands this as fact and truth, before someone out there goes, "Oh, you're just fear monger." I'm like, you're an idiot. Don't be an idiot. This stuff happens all throughout the world. Food supplies cut off, water supplies cut off, electricity is cut off, cables cut off, all this stuff. Communications cut off. Just be sensible. Have a little extra. And then maybe if you have a little more money, get a little bit more. And then think about a little bit more than your family and think about, what, my neighbors might need some. I'll store a little bit over there. I won't tell them about it. I don't want them knocking on my door, but it's like, but I want, when the time's needed, I can share. Think about how much you're going to be able to help your community and help your family grow. When, I mean, shoot, guys, I just had a friend that lost his power, what, on Christmas, and he was telling the story about how and you'll see him pretty soon all over the internet, I bet. But he said, he pulled out his generator, fired it up while all the other kids were in the dark opening presents, early in the morning in the dark, and heater's not working, everything. They had their generator hooked up, they're still cooking, they've got their Christmas lights on and all that stuff, and they're still doing a normal Christmas because he's got preps, he's ready. And so I want you guys to be in that same boat. While everything's falling apart, I want to be like, Ninja Nation, are you guys ready to rock it and go take back the land? Because it's not going to happen during good times. It's going to happen during hard times. But it's not going to be hard for you if you're prepared. Guys, I'm going to put the link to that water filtration company I've used for now over 12 years. Absolutely love them. I love their customer service. And if you guys have bought from them too, put it down in the comment section. I love the comments. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.